Hey, welcome back to the MEP Goddess channel. I am Heather with Symmetry and on the Naviate team. And I wanted to do another HVAC quick video to show some cool things that, I like to have multiple ways to do things. I'm a very old school CAD user who likes, there's always like a million ways to do things, right? It's just same in Revit. But I thought I'd show a couple cool things um, as I'm working around and doing some fun stuff in here. So anyway, continue on. Um, I was going to do some fancy work with this air cooled chiller schedule, but before I do that, I need to change my view. Here we go. I want to get this to be the whole project and not just what I left off on, which is, this little bit, right? So we have this really cool tool, Adjust Section Box, and I'm going to put it over here. And I can start like changing a view, rather than having to like window over it or do other things, or maybe it's something that I don't have here, but I want to just change this view. I don't know why that just happened. That was weird. I can get in here and start changing it, right? So of course I want the whole floor plan, not just that little bit. And you can see here right now, it's got levels like 1, 2, and 3, right? I can't zoom in, but that's fine. After I pick this, I can then come back and go section box by level, right? So I want the whole floor plan, including level 1, all the way up to the MEP tower. I can also see how it's changing over there. I can also do offsets. So like, let's say I want to get the underground. So I want to do like, I don't know, negative 15 feet. There we go. And then I also want, let's get the stuff on the tower. I don't know, 25 feet should do it. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful, beautiful. So we have our lower limit, our upper limit. And I can now see everything. And from here, if I want to create this as a new 3D view, let's do it, right? And then I'm gonna hit OK. And so now I have this new 3D view, right? Taco Tuesday Superstar, that is me, in case you were wondering, that I can start messing with, right? I can also come in and like turn on my Revit links because I usually work with them off, but let's turn them on so we can see the whole kit and caboodle. There we go. There's our building. There it all is, right? So there's another way that you can start like adjusting your view or adjusting things that you're looking at, kind of building some things out. If you want to start building out 3D views or things like that, 100% use this guy right here. Super, super cool. Anyway, so now that I have this and I have this next to us, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Maybe if Revit wants to let me pick it. For those of you who don't know, I have a wheelie ball mouse. Haha. And so getting it to like grab little arrows like that is really hard sometimes. But anyway, so we've got this air-cooled chiller schedule, right, for some of our equipment. And as you can see, we've got some columns here, some fields, if you will, that are not allowing us to do anything, right? How often does this happen? Like we bring something in somebody's Revit family and it won't allow us to like edit parameters or enter fields. This happens all the time. So we've got another tool. For those that don't know, this is Accelerate. It's got some really amazing things in here. Let's go into manage project. So we have, wait, that's not what I want, is it? No, it's on this one. So edit parameter values is what I want to show first, just really quick, because you can see right here, right? We're looking at this chiller schedule. We've got a couple different things. We can do things by category, right? If I want to set a category, I could do that. But because I'm clicked in this view, it's looking at the schedule. If I was clicked in this view, I could pull up any kind of category and start looking at those parameter values. Regardless, this is what we're looking at. And you can see if I hover over one of those blank ones, it says element does not have a parameter, right? There's no voltage here. This guy, whatever this is, has no voltage, has no electric phase. Fine. So I can't really mess with it just yet. So if I hit close, what I can do is if I go back into my manage and I come to this parameter transfer, now this is where the magic happens. If I go here, and you can go through and like pick, uncheck and only have the ones that you want, right? Like, so voltage, electric phase, I could like uncheck those. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm going to leave them all on here and just hit accept because it's not going to duplicate my efforts. It's going to give me a couple little windows. That's fine. I can live with it. But if you'd wanted to save the parameters to the families, you could. I'm just going to hit accept. I'm going to get a couple little windows. Always overwrite the existing. Don't pick the bottom, pick the top. It's kind of like a CAD MEP thing, if you guys remember that. If you know, you know, right? I'm going to close, overwrite. It's just telling me that it's basically not going to duplicate efforts, right? So close. I don't care. Overwrite. But then we suddenly have fields that we could start putting things in, right? Which is awesome. So then if I wanted to go back into my edit parameters, this then becomes kind of like an Excel spreadsheet, right? So if I want to change my leaving water temp, I've got this little thing here. I can click that and I can either fill with an increment, fill copy, I can do a custom increment. I can do whatever I wanted to do, right? But let's say we change this. I know. Let's change that to, I don't know, 35. And I want it for all. So I'm going to pick my little plus, drag it down and say fill copy. There it is. And if I say update values, okay, thank you, thank you. And if we look again, right? Hooray, hooray, we've done all these cool things. So super cool tools. We've now got these parameters that we can start messing with and start adding information to, right? And if we want to do it here, we can use this edit parameter values. We can just change it on the fly and we're good to go. Another cool thing I want to show with that same edit parameters, no, don't save, go away, shoo shoo, shoo shoo. If I click back over here, right, because I'm no longer in the schedule, I'm in the model, and I go back to edit parameters, I have different options. I can now pick by category. Let me move this over here. So if I change my category to, let's do duct systems, since we're doing HVAC, I can start looking at instance or type parameters, right? And I can start picking these columns and things that are important to me. So if I'm looking at the type parameters right now, things that are important to me are abbreviation and not so much family name. Description, yes, and type name, sure. So I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to give me some information. It looks like description didn't matter anyway, but the type name does. So we have, for our abbreviations, for all of our duct in our model, supply air is currently the only one that has that system abbreviation. So what about these two, right? So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to type them in like, let's do caps, exhaust air. And I'm going to say update values. Two parameters were updated, close, close. And now if I go find something in here, like, oh, that's not exhaust. Let's just bloom that guy. How about that? Okay. So obviously supply, right, is going to have that system abbreviation. But now my return air also has a system abbreviation when it didn't before. So kind of cool things that you can do pretty simple and effectively. We definitely have some really cool tools in our Accelerate and MEP offerings. And honestly, I haven't even started showing them all, but it's getting a little late and I'm going to call it a day. So please make sure you come back. I will have more HVAC videos with lots of other cool things. If there's something that you want to see specifically, drop us a line, let us know, and I'll make it happen. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.